I go by Keno the poet. I'm from Washington D.C. man, DMV, born and raised.
And as I'm looking here at your song stats, we see that your playlist reach has over 1.2 million. You're sitting on just a little shy of 60,000 streams. And what is one of your first projects that you've ever dropped?
First of all, 1.2 million. That's news to me. I ain't know my numbers was going up like that. Yeah. Oh my God, the village, man. That's a big throwback. It goes into just family life. Cause my parents always taught me it takes a village to raise a child. So every song is like catered to part of like my upbringing and I guess my growth into becoming who I am as an artist and as a person. Um, Dang, I can't even like. That's a throwback. I ain't think you was gonna hit me with that curveball, but yeah, my theme song from that joint and my favorite song off the project is Fantasia, and I think some of my best bars are on that joint, and that's damn 2018. That was so long ago, man. But I'm glad that you definitely giving that project some flowers because that's a lot of people slept on it when it first dropped, but the more that become like accustomed to who I am as an artist and my discography and everything, it's definitely one of the projects that defines me. You know what I'm saying? Outside of my most recent project, 3 a.m. on Mars, but we gonna talk about that in a second. Oh my God.
So, what does transparency look like in 2018 versus 2026? What are the
Yo,
differences in Keno's mindset?
it's crazy because I just listened to that joint again for the first time in a couple years. Transparency, funny enough, was actually the first song that I ever recorded. I went to McKinley Tech High School, and back in the day they had a mass media program, and in the classroom there was a recording booth. So I was like in this competition and everything, and it was poetry based. But the teacher was like, "Hey, why don't you come spit some in the booth?" So I did, and I wrote Transparency. And if you listen to the song, it sounds like a poem over a beat, which is exactly what it was. But you can tell that it's very it's raw. And I don't want to say amateur. I think raw is the best word to describe it. But yeah, definitely check out Transparency because comparing that to like my most recent songs, like Intangible and Bismuth and everything, I rap completely differently, and you can definitely see the not just the transitions, but the exponential growth over time. And yeah, it paints a good picture from where I started as opposed to where I am right now. it was uh it was actually a friend of mine. It's crazy because I can't even remember their name because it's like I don't really internalize negativity, especially when it comes from a place of like lack. Because a lot of people speak fear into other people's lives when they see like, oh, I'm trying to do X Y Z, and that's why part of my slogan now is stop asking permission. You know what I'm saying? Like we search for too much validation from other people. Um, I know I'm not really answering your question, but you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm getting there. But yeah, they listened to one of my earlier songs. It was like right after Transparency because I went to New York and I think the name of the song was My City, and the person that was listening to it, funny enough, was in the studio with me when I recorded it, and I did it all one take, and they was just like, "Nah, that ain't it, dog. Do it again." And da da da, that, and the third. I'm like, well, respectfully, fuck you. I do what I want. I'm not asking your permission. Like I appreciate the input, especially when it comes to constructive criticism. But if you're telling me not to do something, especially when I can tell, like you can tell someone's energy when it comes to things like that. Especially me as an artist, I'm sensitive about my shit, and yeah, I could tell that he was coming from a place of fear because he tried to frame it like, oh, he was trying to be like big bro to me, but I could tell that because his career didn't go in the direction that he wanted to, that he didn't want me to, you know what I'm saying, like overstep him type shit. But it be like that sometimes. There's too many people who come from a place of lack, especially when they like talk down on anyone else's artistry and all of that, which is why to this day I say stop asking for permission, man. Stop looking for validation from other people. If you got something you want to do, the only thing and the only person that's gonna stop you from doing it is you. So yeah. It's all love, but fuck your opinion.
And so to stay on criticisms and critiques in the booth, are you familiar with the La Russell situation?
Man, don't even get me started. Like I see the the point of view that he was coming from. The delivery was completely fucked, and especially like if you look at the crowd's reaction to what he was saying as he was saying it, they was locked in until they wasn't. It was like, oh, what did he just say about Epstein? Like and Trump and Hitler? No, bro, you gotta know your audience, and honestly, especially being a artist as influential as he is, I think the way that he reacted was like it just made the situation completely worse. Like knowing that your whole career is based off of the relationship that you have with your fans. He basically called his fans dumbasses for not understanding where he was coming from. Like he realized had a Kanye moment, and I'm like, I get what you're saying and where you're coming from, but the way that you reacted to that whole situation just made it completely worse and blew it way out of proportion. And honestly, he should have listened to his engineer and just like kept that joint in the vault, cause yeah, especially given the times now, it's not it was inappropriate. It was like I don't even want to say colorblind. It was just bad taste for real, for real. All love and respect to La Russell as an artist, cause like he got the blueprint for real, for real. But yeah, nah, that wasn't it, big dog. That wasn't it.
And so, what do you think about cancel culture in 2026? Like, this obviously is a distasteful moment that I personally can't even understand why he did it. But
Right.
before this, LaRussell has done so many good things for so many people and has made this dream so attainable for him and for everybody. Do we just cancel people, or is there needs to be a level of like redemption that we allow in the community?
There's a level of redemption that is like, what's the word I'm looking for? I guess leeway and a certain level of grace that we give to ourselves that we can extend to other people. But that's only if they're willing to accept where they made a mistake at, and you know what I'm saying? Like it's okay to say I fucked up, my bad, I'm sorry. I'll do better moving forward. You know what I'm saying? But in terms of cancel culture, I feel like you can't really be canceled if you don't have the mindset that's susceptible to you to be, how do I say this? For you to be able to be canceled, you know what I'm saying? Like even prime example, the baby, like he's still dropping music to this day. He's still making M's to this day. Like yeah, he was canceled and he's you know still trying to get that bounce back. He may never reach the level that he was at before, but you can't really cancel someone who's uncancelable. You feel me? Kanye done been canceled 17,000 times in the past 2 years, but he's still Kanye. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So there's only so much that the culture can do, but especially being in this industry, knowing that the fans' opinions and the fan artist relationship that we have with each other is paramount and pivotal on the amount of like money that we can make, the amount of influence that we have, and all of that shit is just like, yeah, you can definitely take a little blow, but you gotta take that on the chin for real, for real. But like I said, you can't really be canceled if you feel like it's not gonna stop you.
Now back to Keno. We done touched on the real world. Now back to Keno. Tell us about this tour, what's happened so far, where it's going next, how it even came about.
Yeah.
Artists across the DMV and everywhere just need to know what it looks like to do a tour independently.
Yeah, so first of all, shout out Bridging the Music. Their CEO Noah reached out to me personally and just threw out the opportunity because he saw all the work that I've been doing within the city, and it's well, for one, it's one of those tours where they're literally going everywhere all around the planet, from DC to Belgium. I chose 3 different cities that I have some type of influence and a fan base in. I started out hometown DMV. The first show was at Tacoma Station on March 19th. The second show is actually next week on April 9th in New York City. I spent 2 years there, so I got a lot of friends and family there. Hopefully they'll pop out to the show. It's at the Delancey. It's on the rooftop. So as long as what's it called? As long as the weather permits, we gonna crank out the rooftop at the Delancey in New York on April 9th. And the third show is gonna be in Philly at, I can't remember. I think it's called the Fire. Yeah, it's the Fire. I've never been there. I've only been to Philly once, but yeah, it's one of those demographics where I feel like my style and my energy can definitely add to the culture over there. So I'm a crank out Philly the same way that I cranked out DC, Maryland, and New York. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, in terms of like touring in general, as an artist, especially independent artist, be prepared to have a significant investment, whether that be time, money, blood, sweat, and tears. I done sent out the ticket link to 17 people in the last hour. You know what I'm saying? Like if you feel like you're not the type to really hit the ground running and put the grind in for yourself, don't think about touring, especially if you don't have your bread right. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a lot. But for those that know, and for those that want to find out, you just gotta put your best foot forward and be mentally and physically prepared to do whatever's necessary to make that tour successful. Because there's a lot that goes into it that people don't necessarily recognize, especially when you're going out of town. Because like I'm driving everywhere, you know what I'm saying? I'm on wheels, but it's one thing if you're doing that versus like if you're taking a tour bus, if you taking a plane, train, whatever your transportation is, you gotta set up like hotels. It's so many like different aspects of it outside of just performing, because that's like 1% of actually touring. But yeah. If you look at like what's his name, if you look at Michael Jackson's interview on touring, you'll see how I actually feel about it. I just do it because you know what I'm saying? I just had to step out of my box a little bit. It's necessary, especially to get to the next level as an artist.
So what does the day of the show look like? Rehearsals, turn ups, who's with you, what calls are being made, what happens the day of, right before the show, like from you when you wake up to when you get on the stage?
Yeah, the day of, and that's a very loaded question. I like to meditate the night before and the morning of. Of course, shower. Make sure you're physically presentable. You smell good, all of that good stuff. And excuse me. I make sure that my team is together. We're relatively small right now, but making sure that everyone is on the same page mentality wise in terms of like what time we're all gonna pull up, what time my set time is, just to make sure we have time to set up merch tables and to do sound check and everything like that. I got to make sure my levels are right, depending on like if it's the type of venue that does like plug and play, or if I have to send my music to the DJ in advance, and you know what I'm saying, just like so many interchangeable parts. But like throughout the day, it's just making sure my energy is right, honestly, because I'm the type of person where I don't really get nervous until like I guess like 2 minutes before I know I'm about to go on stage. Like I physically feel my heart pumping and everything because I'm an ambivert. I'm a shy kid, but I'm extroverted when I need to be. So the second I get up on stage, I'm playing the character of Keno the poet, and now it's like a light switch that flips in my head. Like, all right, it's grind time now. I gotta crank this motherfucker out. But yeah, leading up to that, just getting my energy right and making sure the energy of the people around me is all on the same page. Cause like one artist to another and people in the creative community, especially in this area, it's just like if you got that one person with you who like can fuck up your feng shui, you don't want that person around you no more. Especially when you know you about to hop on stage, you about to like go into this important opportunity. And I done seen things like eight, what's it called, 8 Mile, where a dude got on stage, next thing you know, he's throwing up chunks. And I'd be damned if that's me. Or if I like forget my lyrics halfway through a song or all of that. So even like driving on my way to the show, I'm practicing my whole set. I memorize all of my songs. I memorize all my lyrics. So making sure that when I get on stage and it's time to do the do, it's like second nature. I'm not second guessing myself, because that's the last thing that you want to do, especially when you get to a certain level as an artist. But yeah. To answer your question, throughout the day, I'm literally just getting my mind and my body right, just making sure that everything is copacetic so that it's running smooth.
And talk about the team, like the different roles that you need that are being filled right now that team holding you down, and even the roles that you need additionally to make it function at the full capacity that you're trying to do.
It's crazy to say this out loud because I've already internalized it into like, yeah, to actually live it. But my team consists of like 85% me and 15% my brothers and my girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? Like my team is more so like my support system. Because in terms of management, booking shows, marketing, shooting and editing content, and everything in between, that's all me. And I hate to say it like that, but it's the reality of the situation. I know a lot of artists in this community, especially, can relate to that because there's so many like, especially like when money becomes involved, and say if I'm making a certain level of money as an artist, and it's like everybody around me, especially if you're contributing to my vision and to my projects, is like you're basically gonna have to get a little piece of that because it's a business at the end of the day. Um, yeah, but in terms of like the actual leg work that's being done, it's Keno the poet, man. Yeah, yeah. But in terms of like my team and the people that are around me while I'm in my creative mode, shout out to my girlfriend Ari. She's the realest ever. My brothers Squirrel and Bari, grew up with them, and we've been locked in for a minute. My brother Bari got his clothing brand, Stone World Studios, and my brother Squirrel is also an artist, and we've shared the mic and the stage so many times, and it's yeah. So they're I guess the main ones that are around me while I'm in my creative mode. Oh, and my brother D, he's been hosting events for way longer than I've been performing, and yeah, he's like hype man of the century when he's on stage with me too. So shout out to D.
And we noticed that you have, back into the music, you have a lot of crazy bars and crazy punchlines, so we know you have an outstanding point of view.
Something sly. Y'all ain't seen shit yet.
If you could have a 60-second, 2-minute sit down with the President of the United States.
With the current president, you talking about Donald Trump, man? The that walking Cheeto. You said, what would I tell him?
Yeah. Or ask, whatever.
That's a very loaded question. I preface this by saying that I'm not a political person. I stay aware of like what's going on, especially as it relates to my community and especially the people that look like me. But in terms of Trump, man, first of all, fuck you. What are you doing? I understand his POV as a businessman because he runs the country like it's a fucking business. But this is not a business. It's a country. We're a part of the grand scheme of things, the planet. We're literally about to go on to World War III because he pushed the fucking button and just started fucking around with other countries. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, where's the mentality and the mindset coming from? And even then, I never understood, like, as a active felon, you can run for president and still become president. But if I were a felon, I wouldn't be able to vote for the president. That never made any fucking sense to me. Shout out America. But yeah, I would just ask Trump, like, what's good with you, bro? I'm not a violent person, but I would genuinely like want to run some hands. It's like I don't I don't know what's up with bro, but yeah. I would just say run them hands real quick. Run them hands real quick.
And as far as corruption goes, there's some people that's outright, that's fully caught, and some people that's making their way into the light, maybe trying to get ahead of it. There's been a lot of talk about Jay-Z, one being in the files, and Jay-Z equally, potentially having a son that looks kind of like him when you look at the pictures. And so people are calling it odd that he all of a sudden is doing his 25th and 30-year anniversary Roots picnic, and now he's doing GQ interviews. Do you think Jay-Z is trying to get ahead of something, or do you think that he could have attained all of that wealth without doing something corrupt or immoral along the way?
You asking these good ass questions. Yeah. Shout out to Red Blocks, man. I like questions that make me think. Jay-Z definitely. First of all, just being in the files in general, like I do better as a human being, as a person. You know what I'm saying? Him and B. But to really like get into it, I think that when it comes to influence and power, especially to get to a certain level, that's all you. You know what I'm saying? Like Jay-Z as an artist, as a mogul, as a part of the culture, he got there. I don't want to just say himself, but he got there based off of the merits of his art. You know what I'm saying? But when it came to the business aspect, after he hit that glass ceiling, you know what I mean? That's when you start to get into the fuck shit and what sacrificing babies and drinking blood and all that good shit and oh my god. But yeah, I feel like everyone past a certain point, and no one's safe. First of all, everyone past a certain point has gotten their hands dirty, and Jay Z is no exception. I do think that he's kind of he's on a run doing what Tory Lanez was doing, where he was basically like all in the media, like he knew he was about to go to jail for X amount of time, and he was dropping projects after projects and doing interviews and being all in the media just to get his name and his face out there, so that by the time he goes away, regardless of what is actually going on behind closed doors, then you know what I'm saying, he's still making some type of residual bread and all that. I feel like that might possibly be Jay-Z's POV right now. I can't really speak on the whole son situation. I feel like a lot of people have, especially like when you famous and all that, you got a lot of shit going on that people don't really talk about, because people just don't know. And for the people that know, it's like either they know until they don't know, or they know to the point of disappearing. If you catch my drift. But yeah, Jay Z, we fuck with you as a part of the culture, but in terms of like being on the list and going to them white parties and all that, man, that ain't nah. We don't condone that. Yeah, man, join me for my tour. I'm in New York at the Delancey on April 9th. And in Philly on June 12th. 3 a.m. on Mars, Volume 3 is out everywhere. And I'm dropping singles, if not every month, every other month. I just dropped a song, 5 days ago. It's called Bismuth. Check that joint out. And yeah, be safe, stay hydrated, and stop asking for permission, man. If there's something that you want to do, fucking do it. The only thing stopping you from doing what you want to do is you and the people that are holding you back. If you tell your mom that you want to be an artist and she's giving you reasons to not do that, respectfully, fuck my dukes. If you trying to do anything under the sun and you are getting some type of pushback from the people that are around you, you need to change the people that are around you. Point blank period, man. Stop asking for permission. It's Keno the poet. And shout out Red Blocks.